Eighth chapter, quadrilaterals. We are continuing eighth topic. In this unit, we are going to see properties of a parallelogram. First, we are going to see theorem 8.1. The statement is, a diagonal of a parallelogram means in a parallelogram, if you consider a diagonal, the diagonal divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. So let us understand what we are given and what we are supposed to prove. Given is quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram, right? Parallelogram. To prove is, before we write to prove, let us draw the figure. It is easy to complete to prove part. I take quadrilateral ABCD. So this is a parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram given. We can draw any one diagonal. It can be ABC. It can be AC diagonal, which divides the parallelogram into two triangles, or we can draw a diagonal BD, any one diagonal. I take the diagonal AC. Right? Any one diagonal can be drawn. Now we have to show these two triangles are congruent. So let us understand the statement again. A diagonal of a parallelogram, which is the diagonal we have drawn, AC. ABCD is a parallelogram. So this diagonal divides it, means divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. So if a diagonal is drawn in a parallelogram, the diagonal divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. So we are supposed to prove these two triangles are congruent. So to prove triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. We know in a parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel. I take here the opposite sides AB and CD. AB and CD are the opposite side. AC is a transversal. What kind of angles these two? These two are alternate angles. Alternate angles. Right? These two are alternate angles. So quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Therefore, AB is parallel to what? Parallel to CB, and AC is a transversal. We know when a transversal intersects a pair of parallel lines, alternate angles are equal. So which are the alternate angles here? Angle BAC, this angle, is equal to angle ACD. Right? And then one more pair of angles are also equal. AD is parallel to BC. AD. We know both the pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Therefore, AD and BC are parallel. Again, this AC acts as a transversal. So these two angles are again what kind of angles? Alternate angles. So I write also AD is parallel to what? Parallel to BC, and which is the transversal? AC is a transversal. So the same transversal acts for two pairs of parallel lines. So which are the angles equal? Angle ACB is equal to angle CAD. Again, what type of angles? Alternate angles. We know when a transversal intersects a pair of parallel lines, alternate angles formed are equal. We have studied already. And you know, AC is a side common in both the triangles, right? So angle, side, angle. If this triangle also, if you take angle, side, angle. So by ASA result, the triangles are congruent. So I write in triangle ABC and triangle CDA. BAC is equal to ACD. Angle ACB is equal to angle CAD. AC equal to AC, which is common side. Therefore, by ASA, angle side angle theorem, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. Let us understand the theorem again. The theorem is a diagonal of a parallelogram divides it into two congruent triangles. We are given a parallelogram, a diagonal is drawn. We have to show the diagonal divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. So we are supposed to prove these two triangles are congruent. Because it is a parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel. So these two sides are parallel, AC is a transversal, these two are alternate angles. We know when a transversal intersects a pair of parallel lines, alternate angles formed are equal. So under that property, we get these two angles are equal. Similarly, AD and BC are parallel, opposite sides of a parallelogram. AC is a transversal. Again, these two forms a pair of alternate angles which are equal. So if you consider these two triangles, this angle is equal to this angle, means BAC is equal to ACD. This angle BCA is equal to DAC, and AC is a side common in both the triangles. Therefore, by ASA criterion, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. Theorem 8.2, which has no proof, but we need the statement to prove some more results. So let us understand the theorem. In a parallelogram, so we are given a parallelogram. If it is a parallelogram, then opposite sides are equal. So what is given? Quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. So if we are given a parallelogram, then definitely its opposite sides are equal. Which are the opposite sides? Then AB is equal to what? Equal to CD, and BC is equal to what? Equal to AD. I write here then AB equal to CD and BC equal to AD. So in any parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. That is the statement of the theorem. In a parallelogram, if it is a parallelogram, then opposite sides are equal. So what we are given? ABCD is a parallelogram. According to the theorem, opposite sides are equal. So if it is a parallelogram, then we will find opposite sides AB equal to CD and BC equal to AD. There is no proof in this, only we should remember this point. This is useful in many questions, many prove that questions. Not of 9th standard portion, in 10th also we make use of this property. So properties of a parallelogram is very, very important. Please understand with the statement and the figure drawn. So given ABCD is a parallelogram, if you find it is a parallelogram, definitely opposite sides are equal. Then theorem 8.3, this also has no proof. We are going to understand its meaning. If each pair of opposite sides of a quadrilateral is equal. So it is a quadrilateral, right? In this quadrilateral, you have opposite sides are equal. It is given like this. Because opposite sides are equal, we can conclude what type of quadrilateral it is. It is a parallelogram, right? Numbers I have taken only for example. So what we are given in quadrilateral, I don't write parallelogram, remember, I am writing quadrilateral. In quadrilateral ABCD, AD equal to BC and AB equal to what? Equal to CD. We are given both the pairs of opposite sides are equal, that is given. Then if both the pairs of opposite sides are equal, then quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Easily we can understand, because opposite sides are equal, it should be what? It should be a parallelogram. So both are converse of each other. If it is a parallelogram, we find opposite sides are equal. Conversely, if opposite sides are equal, we can understand the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. In properties of a parallelogram, we are going to see theorem 8.4. This also has no proof, but we should understand the theorem. In a parallelogram, so we are given it is a parallelogram. If it is a parallelogram, then its opposite angles are equal. So what is given? Given ABCD is a parallelogram. And what is the statement says? The statement says that in any parallelogram, we will find opposite angles are equal. So if ABCD is a parallelogram, then angle A equal to angle C and angle B is equal to angle D. So if you are given it is a parallelogram, definitely these two angles will be equal, opposite angles, and angle B is also equal to angle D. That is the next property. Theorem 8.5 is converse of this. What is converse? We are given a quadrilateral. ABCD is a quadrilateral only, not a parallelogram. ABCD is a quadrilateral. But some conditions are given. So it is a quadrilateral. Say these two are 100 and these two are 80. So what we find here, opposite angles are equal here. Therefore, it should be what? It should be a parallelogram. So given ABCD is a quadrilateral and angle A equal to angle C and angle B is equal to angle D. So it is a quadrilateral with the condition that opposite angles are equal. Because opposite angles are equal, we can conclude ABCD is a parallelogram. Then quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Right. So in any parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. Conversely, if opposite angles are equal in any quadrilateral, the quadrilateral becomes what? Becomes a parallelogram. The numbers I have taken 180 is only for example. Theorem 8.6. Before that, we understand what is the meaning of bisection. You can see AC is a line segment, BD is a line segment. Say they intersect at the point M. If AM is 4 and CM is 4, if BM is 5, DM is also 5, we can say these two line segments bisect each other. Means M is the midpoint of AC, also it is the midpoint of BD. So we say AC and BD bisect each other because AM and CM are equal, BM and DM are equal. So bisection means what? Division into two equal parts. AC is divided into two equal parts. BD is also divided into two equal parts. Therefore, we say here AC and BD bisect each other. Intersection is different, bisection is different. Intersection is only the meeting point and the parts cannot be equal. Whereas bisection means what? It is the midpoint, it divides the line segment into two equal parts. So, you understood the term bisect, I suppose. Theorem 8.6 is the diagonals of a parallelogram. Therefore, I complete the diagonals. Diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Means what? Both the diagonals, they intersect at the midpoint. So, AM and CM are equal. BM and DM are equal when it is a parallelogram. Right? Therefore, therefore diagonals of, if you find ABCD is a parallelogram, then definitely you can say the diagonals bisect each other. So what we are given? Given quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Because it is a parallelogram, what we can conclude? We can conclude the diagonals bisect each other. So if ABCD is a parallelogram, then AM equal to CM and what? And BM is equal to what? Equal to DM. So the theorem is, in any parallelogram, we find the diagonals bisect each other. Theorem 8.7 is converse of theorem 8.6. Here too I draw a quadrilateral. I complete the diagonals also. According to the theorem, if the diagonals of a quadrilateral, in any quadrilateral, if you find diagonals bisect each other, what should be the type of the quadrilateral? It should be a parallelogram. So what we are given here? Given quadrilateral ABCD. So I write ABCD is a quadrilateral and AM equal to CM and BM equal to what? Equal to DM. If it is a quadrilateral and if the diagonals bisect each other, what we can conclude? Then this quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. So if it is a parallelogram, diagonals bisect each other. If diagonals bisect each other in any quadrilateral, the type of the quadrilateral should be what? Should be a parallelogram. Theorem 8.8 is a quadrilateral. It becomes a parallelogram when if a pair of opposite side is equal and parallel. If you consider any one pair of opposite side, the same pair should be equal and what? And parallel. So we are given quadrilateral ABCD and what? And AB is parallel to what? Parallel to CD and AB equal to what? Equal to CD. Then this quadrilateral ABCD is what? Is a parallelogram. So let us understand with a small drawing. ABCD is a quadrilateral. You are given AD and BC are equal and each length is 10. So these two are pair of opposite side. The same pair is parallel and given both the opposite sides are equal, 10, 10. Therefore, what should be this ABCD? ABCD should be a parallelogram. So in any quadrilateral, the same pair of opposite side is parallel and equal, then the quadrilateral is converted into what? Converted into a parallelogram. So let us summarize all the properties we studied just now. What are the properties we studied? If it is a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. If this is 11, this is also 11. If this is 7, this is also 7. So in any parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. Opposite angles are equal. If it is a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. And the next is diagonals bisect each other. If these are the diagonals, they meet at their midpoint. Right? Just to differentiate. Right? These are the properties and we studied their converse also. So in any parallelogram, opposite sides are equal, opposite angles are equal, diagonals bisect each other. And the last theorem we have studied is in any quadrilateral, if you find the same pair of opposite side is parallel and equal, the quadrilateral becomes what? Becomes a parallelogram.